workout on the InclineX Slant Board, the newest product that we just launched from LifePro. So welcome everybody on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of you guys in social media. So welcome, welcome. Welcome to our LifePro VIP group, as well as those of you that might not even be familiar with LifePro. You know, we've been working a lot on showing you all how to gain more flexibility, mobility, pliability, stability from the bottom up. And that, as a personal trainer for over 25 years, I usually start at the bottom with people and work their way up. So I'm glad I've got these products now between the squat wedge and the incline slant board. These are two great products that I can use for my clients, active aging adults just like you guys, to help them to improve their stability and balance. That seems to be the biggest challenge for a lot of folks as they age. So LifePro just came out, released the InclineX Slant Board last Friday, and Amber, as always, gave an amazing presentation on the product itself. She showed some of the therapeutic uses of it. Today, I will be giving you more of a workout. Of course, I will do a little bit of warm up using the wedge. The incline slant board, and show you how to stretch on it. But I'm going to really work your legs. That's my area of expertise on how to get you stronger, more flexible, more balanced, just feel good in your body as you age. So just a few things. Cool poster that this comes with the product. There's a horizontal and a vertical version of this poster, depending on how you like to display your poster. And it's got some great tips on the product itself, and as well as ways to use it in exercise, some basic and advanced moves, actually, as well as how to set up for your workout, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Most of the stuff I'm going to show you, I'm going to say is beginning and intermediate level, some advanced. You know, it really just depends, like, what do you consider advanced? As I teach Pilates, and I've been doing that for many, many years, sometimes advanced moves are more about adding more coordination in the movement. Instead of a simple move, we add a couple steps. So that could be advanced. It doesn't have to be just balancing on one foot and with your eyes closed. So advanced means different things to different people. My mantra is you are only a beginner once, and practice doesn't make perfect, but it makes you stronger. So the more you practice these moves, the stronger you will be. It's actually really kind of impossible to have perfect balance. We're always looking for balance. So welcome everybody. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And if I see a Facebook user just said yours came today, that's awesome. Congratulations. Besides the poster, I laminate my posters. That's why it's so shiny. I like to laminate them because they're more durable that way, easier to store. Of course, the product comes with the manual and the lifetime warranty. Remember that one, guys. If you're new to LifePro products, warranty, lifetime, as well as they're going to give you the quick reminder to register, and they're giving you some, what is this? These are floss bands, and I use these floss bands. My physical therapist has me using them. I used it for some knee rehab work and some elbow work, so they're kind of cool too. So you can grab that, and hopefully Amber can come on live one day and tell us how to use the floss bands. So let's go ahead and dive in. A little bit about this product in case you're not familiar. I'll just talk a few things about it. The product itself is 8.5 pounds. I'm going to just read this because I can't remember all the stuff. The angle goes from 20 to 30 to 35 to 40 degrees. Fits a shoe size up to size 14. I am a 7, so this is my foot on the platform. It's 14 by 12.6 by 1.5 inches high, and it gets higher as you elevate the angles. It's a non-slip surface made of iron and iron plate and iron pipe. So it's a great, strong product. And I've had some of my clients on here already, and I've got older clients, some not so fit clients, some larger clients, some petite clients. I have all different size shapes of people and age groups using this product now. You can be barefoot. I have shoes on today, but you can be barefoot, but don't wear socks. It's not going to work with socks. Barefoot's cool if you want to really work your toes a lot. But I've got my fitness shoes on. I also have a 2-foot stool handy. I like to use that. If you don't have a stool handy, keep it near a wall because you may need to have that. So today on the InclineX Slant Board, I'm going to be working in 2 different directions, with toes elevated and with heels elevated. Okay, so that's the 2 directions. And just to show you the slant board itself, I'm going to get a little up close on this. So you can see it's got different angles, the highest being that 40 degrees, which is a pretty high angle. I will not be using the high angle today. I'm going to stay pretty much on the low angle for everything because this is going to be, again, like more of a beginner intermediate workout. And it's really not about angle so much as flexibility. I have pretty good flexibility in my ankles. I'm grateful for that. I work on it all the time. You might find at a higher angle more comfort. You might find that you need more stretch. It's going to be varied on what you're going to do. But for the sake of this workout, I'm not changing the angle a lot. I'm going to stay at this one angle. So in case you're wondering, I'm keeping it at one angle. You're welcome to change it. So we're going to start with toes elevated just for some calf raises. I've got some single leg and double leg work. So follow along. If you have questions, put them in the chat, please. I will definitely answer them later on. Maybe not during the workout unless I catch a comment while I'm looking up at the screen. But I'm going to stay focused because although it does hold a lot of weight on there, you want to make sure you have good foot placement. Now, saying that doesn't mean my head's going to be down because I want to have my eyes looking down, not my head. Posture is everything. If you've followed me in any of my lives, I'm all about the posture. Head, shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, the optimal alignment that you were designed to have, and how life happens and we kind of start losing it. So we're going to kind of realign posture on this as well. So we're going to start with calf raises. I'm going to put one heel on and then the other. I'm going to find my alignment, and I'm going to actually move my camera up a little bit because I feel like I'm getting cut out of the screen here. Not that you really need to see me grimace on some of these things, and I'm going to keep the wall handy, again, just a safety precaution. So hopefully you can see this. So my heels are lower, my toes are elevated, and I'm just going to go ahead and line things up. So I'm looking at a really good alignment here. Again, you can have your hand on the wall, and we're just going to go into calf raises. So I use my glutes for this. I think about the chest lifting and lowering. So I'm just going to put one finger on the wall for balance, and it's an inhale and exhale. There's my ankle stretch. I want to feel my quads fire up. And I'm just trying to build a little bit of mobility in these joints. My toes are splayed wide in my shoes. And I'm breathing with it. Okay, it's very important to have the breath. Maybe you want to put one hand behind your head just to make sure your head's not tilting forward. And let's do a few more of these. You can start with anywhere between 4 to 6 reps, maybe go 8, 10, 10 to 12. If you want the stretch for a little bit, hang out there. Now you can go to just alternating. I call this prancing. I'm working on now hip or knee and ankle and toe mobility. Dropping my heels down, rolling through all 5 toes. And I can feel a nice stretch in my calves with this. Now, you can also go single calf, and I'm going to show you. So I'm going to face my back against you guys. So pardon my behind, but you're going to see what's going on here. So I will go ahead. Oops. I will go ahead. See, I told you about that. Got to stay really close to it. I'm going to drop my heels down. Now, I've got the wall to stay lifted. I'm going to put one foot in the center. I'm going to take the other foot and wrap it behind. I'm going to lift and lower. So now I'm burying the load on that one leg, fingertips on the wall, using my breath. So good, a great calf strengthener. And I'll switch sides. I'm only doing about 5 of these. Okay, plant your foot, wrap your foot around the ankle, and lift all the way to that big toe, and then drop down to the inner heel. And just doing about 4 or 5 of these, using the breath. And last one. Great. Okay, so you can just do that single leg work. Now, that was just to kind of get things warmed up. And now I'm going to just switch things around. I'm keeping myself close to the wall because I'm going to do some tibialis raises. So there's a muscle right along the shin that I want to strengthen here, the anterior tibialis. And this is a great way to strengthen. So I'm going to put the incline close. My butt's literally going to be against the wall. So this is pretty close, depending on how much your butt sticks out. Okay, and I've got my head and shoulders against the wall, okay, and my legs are going to be straight. I'm going to go ahead and lift one heel and then the other, and I'm not worried about falling because the wall's there, but I just want to feel my legs lift. Now, my legs are going to be straight, and I'm going to lift my toes. This is not that easy to do, guys, okay? I'm just going to let you know this. I'm going to lift my toes. I'm keeping my knees soft, not locked out. That's locked out. You can see there's a little soft bend, but I'm lifting and lowering and lifting. You might want to do one at a time. Again, not easy to do. Okay, good to think about pulling my quads up, lifting my chest up, and I want all 10 toes up and down, okay? So give yourself some practice on this one. Again, not an easy exercise, but doable. You just got to start with getting that tightness, strengthen the calves. So there's just 2 warm-up exercises for ankles. Now, I'm going to go into my first set of first exercises. There's going to be step downs. Actually, I'll call them out. Step downs, limbo reach, split squat, a rear foot deadlift, and then a knee up, step up. Okay, so I'll show you those things. Okay, I want to call them out. So here's the first one. We're going to start with heels lifted from the side. Okay, and find my balance. And I'm just going to step down. So it's right leg is going to step down and back up, down and up. And you can put your hands behind your head. Now, can you use weights with this? Heck yeah. You can always have weights on your shoulders to do this work. You can have the weights at your sides. You can add a bicep curl. So know that that's an option, but I'm driving all the weight into it. Let's do a couple more. Use the breath. Now, I'm going to switch, okay? Stay very upright. My knee's going to track forward. I'm going to tap and back. So again, I don't want to lean forward. I want the chest lifted. You might even want to go Idrimagini arms, tap and press. I'm driving into the heel onto the slant board. 5. I'm really feeling my toes spread wide. 3 more. 2. So these are our simple step downs. Okay, great. Now, limbo reach. This is going to be a little more intense. I'm going to hold on to the wall for this. I want to straighten my leg, and I'm going to lean forward a lot, and I'm going to straighten out. So I'm leaning forward. You can drive your heel forward and then back. I'm not really touching the floor on this. You can tap if you want. Very similar to step down, but I want to lean back, and then I'm upright. See the difference there? I'm leaning and back. So that's why they're called the limbo, because you're kind of going underneath the stick. Using the breath, inhale and exhale. Keep driving into your heel on the skies. 1 more. A lot of quad strength and a lot of glute. Switch it up. Okay, so remember, before I was just doing a step down, now I'm doing a lean back. So I'm holding onto the wall for this. As you get more flexible in this and secure in this, I'm kind of watching myself in the screen here. Let me release. That's it. So a lot of balance when you're not holding on. I'm going to hold on. Truth be told, I'm going to work on this one. Lean back and straighten up. Lean, head back. Got to counterbalance that weight. Drive into the heels. A lot of strength in your quads on this. 1 more. So that's my limbo foot reach. Okay, now I'm going to go into a split squat. It's almost like a lunge, okay? So what we're going to do, I'm going to start with my right leg. I'm going to step back, okay? Once I step back, I don't really need to hold on, but if you feel unsteady, I'm going to step back, and I'm going to actually I think I'll put my hands, so I'm going to turn my elbow right over my knee, okay? Then I'm going to step up. I step back, toe plants, and then I'm going to turn, and I come up. My weight goes back. My head's going back with my foot. I find the balance. I drop down, and I'm going to bear the angle. And I'll show you this from the front view on the next side. I'm inhaling down. I got a little rotation. It's very little. Now, can you have a weight on here? Sure. You can take maybe a 5-pound weight or a kettlebell or maybe a 10-pound, depends where you're at, and add a little more weight bearing into it. But like everything, try it without weight first to see how your body feels. I want to make sure my knee doesn't splay out, okay? Now I'll do 2 more of these. The inhale takes me back. Exhale forward. I'm not turning my head. I'm just turning my shoulders. Great. I'll show you from the front what that looks like. Okay. Pretty square, yeah. Okay, so I'm stepping on it. Okay. Lined up. I take a step back. Now this knee of mine loves to go in. I got some issues in my hip, okay? So I'm gonna come on down. I'm tracking my knee and I step up. It's a great way to strengthen hips. I'm down. I'm taking my time on this and up. If you are a little bow-legged, you can see I kind of am. This is going to be really helpful for me to get my ankle all the way to my hip aligned. I truly recommend that you have a mirror in front of you. People are like, oh, I don't want to look at myself in the mirror. Well, you're not looking at yourself, you're looking at your form, because you can feel that you're doing it right, but then you look and it's like, whoa, I'm really off. And I like make sure I'm tracking right. I'm taking everything back. I'm just doing a little rotation and then I press up into it. 2 more times. Land soft on the back toes. And 1 more. Down and up. Okay, so that was my split squat with a little rotation. Now the next one's called a rear foot deadlift. So that means my back foot's going to stay on the floor. Let's see, I'll do it on an angle first to show you. Now deadlifts, we hinge forward, okay? So my back foot, let me show this. Let me put this foot up. Okay, I'm going to bend over. There's my hinge, and then I'm going to come up. So I'm going to hinge and up. That's pretty simple, right? There's my deadlift. Now, if you had weight to it, what this is training is to drive my hip back. And then you could add a little bit more to it. You can bend both knees. That foot's flat on the ground, and then lift up. There's a little option there. Again, it's ankle mobility on that back foot, but I'm driving into this. I'm hinging forward, flat back, and I lift. Okay, hinge. And it's all about the foot that's on the platform. Breath in and breath out. You can have your arms here. You could have a little bit more weight here. I'm actually adding more weight on that hinge. I'm making my back muscles work as well. Feel all the way to my glute. 3 more. I'm not adding a step up on these. I'm just loading the quad. And 2. Big muscle groups. I always forget about starting my Apple Watch to see my calories I'm burning, because I can tell you I'm feeling it. My muscles are really nice and warm. Okay. So let's go on this angle here. Okay. I'm upright. This knee is slightly soft. I'm hinging from the hips. Okay, loading this weight and then pressing up into it. There's my hinge. All the way up. So actually, when I come up, my foot that's on the floor, that glute is going to contract to lift me up. I'm loading into my front, my incline plate leg to lift. Again, you want to make it harder? Here we go. Breathe in, Push the head back, hamstring and glute, left leg, then glute on the right leg. There's a little bit of stretch in this hamstring. If I don't bend my knee, I've got the stretch. Let's go last two. Breathing in and out. One more. So there's a little bit of instability because I've got one leg lifted. Okay, so now I'm going to do a step up and then a knee up. Okay, then step back. So I step up. Let's see, I think I'll do right leg first. I'm going to step up. I'm going to bring my knee up, and then I'm going to step back. So I've got kind of like that split lunge, but I'm adding balance now. Okay, single leg balance. Up and down. You can use your arms with this if you want. Lift. If you have weights, you can punch up and down. Okay, a little more. We're going to call this more advanced because now I've got my balance in there, a little bit of coordination for 3 and 2 and last one. Excellent. Okay, so I'll do that from the front to show you. Again, heel up, toe down. I want to start with the leg back. I'm going to step up, so find your balance, knee up, and then back down. And up, crunch. Exhale. Focus on something that's not moving, so you keep your balance. And your hands could be here. Your hands can go behind your head. A little more challenging. 3. Great hip work though. 2. And my knees feel fine on this. And 1. Okay, my heart rate's definitely getting up on this. Now this one's going to be a little bit like that, maybe a simple in a way, because all I'm going to do is I'm going to step back and I'm going to step forward. Okay, that leg on the let me show you the platform line. Okay, I'm going to load my leg and I'm going to step back and I'm going to step forward. Push back. Whoa, a little balance on that. I keep my hands kind of my chest, so I keep my chest lifted. Now we're talking heart rate here. I can feel my quads burning a lot on this one. For 3, 2, full landing. 1 more each way. Whew. Okay, guys. Other side. I'll show you from the front. Now, again, this is my kind of wonky leg, but I'm loving it because it's going to help me with stability. It's all hip stability. Okay, so I come up and I'm going to come forward. Knees are bent and I step back and forward and back. Head, shoulders, in line over the hips, back. Can you hear me huffing and puffing? Let's go 4, 3, 2, and last one. Oh, that's a funny knee. Great. Okay, so that was a nice little routine, just single leg work here. I'm going to go for a hamstring stretch now. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to turn this around, toes up, single leg hamstring work. I'm going to square my hips. I'm driving my hips back, hand on my thigh. And this might be all I need to get this hamstring to stretch. Okay. I can always bend down and then straighten my legs. So there's a bend and a straighten. And if you can't reach that, this is where the chair comes in, okay? I'm going to straighten, push back, driving the thigh back. And really driving into my hip. Let me show you from this side. Okay, leg back. And I'm going to pull that hip back. In yoga, we call it pyramid pose. But in pyramid pose, we drop down all the way, nose to knee. And that's a huge stretch. Okay, but if you're not quite feeling flexible on that, come here, right? And then just drive it back and really inject the bone into the hip socket. or hinge from here, bend and straighten. So I'm getting a calf stretch and a hamstring stretch. So that's my way of stretching. Now, I've got another little workout. What's my time? Yeah, I'm gonna give you this one too, because honestly, I really like this. It's a little different. We did a lot of forward back, which I think is awesome. Notice I haven't done any squats yet. I'll throw some of those in. But let me show you this other little workout, because I really think it's kind of a cool little thing to do that you might want to try. There's going to be 1, 2, 3 basic moves, okay? So I'll show you from the side. Let me put this to the side. So what I want to do first is I'm going to kind of be in a sumo squat in a way, right? My legs are wide, but I want to stretch my inner thigh. I'm checking, this is important you guys see the right alignment. Okay, so I'm going to come right in here. There's my stretch, right? And then I'm going to come back up. So I'm going to add my arms, stretch that leg, and I'm going to come up here, and then tap up. All the weights in that leg. This one's just for balance. Squat and up. Inner thigh, then drive into the hip. Whoa. Okay, back and up. Heel toe land, press up. One more time. Okay, so that's my side squat, if you will. Side lunge, side lunge. Now, this is a little different. I'm going to take my leg on a diagonal, okay? I'm going to pivot. So here's the lunge. And imagine you've got a bucket of water, okay? My knees are bent. I'm going to pivot, okay? Oops. Try that again. Weight in here. I'm going to squat and thrust. Squat, thrust. Thrust. Okay, got it? Does that make sense? It's like a little wood chop move, but we're driving into this hip. So I hip back and rotate. 3, squat back, 2, and 1. I like that little pivot of my hips while I drive in there. Now, the third part of this. I'm going to take that leg directly back. This knee is up now. I got toes lifted on this, right? Toes elevated instead of heel elevated. I'm going to put my hands in front. I'm going to lean forward. I'm one long line. Okay, so good stretch here. I'm driving weight here. I'm going to tap up and back. Tap up. All the loads on the quad. And my glute. A little bit of balance on this. 3 more, then I'm going to add a little addition to this last movement. 2, really reach back, hinge, long line, right? Now, here's the knee pull up. So I'm wide, I'm long, I'm going to pull up and back. Pull up and back. Find your balance each time. Challenge on that hip. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, that was right leg on the board. Here's my left. So as I said, I started kind of in a sumo squat kind of way, right? But I'm going to lunge. So here's my lunge. Okay, I'm going to feel that lunge into it. And oops, so that wasn't my move. Lunge and lift. Lunge and lift. Lunge. Nope, I didn't have it right. My side lunge, and I reach up. Side, that's it. I was making it more complicated. Side lunge, because it's about the stretch. Okay, stretch and load. Stretch and load. Okay. 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to add on to this. So I squat, okay, and I'm going to be on a diagonal, back leg straight. I'm going to pivot and squat. Pivot, squat. So I'm pushing all the way over, going to sharp pivot. Hips are squared, okay, I'm looking down, okay, then I'm coming down. Oop, knees bent. It feels so awkward on this side. I just did the first side. Wide and thrust. So get this back hip and thrust it. 3, hip rotation. 2, you're a golfer, you're a tennis player, you play pickleball, you're gonna want this stuff. And 1 more. Now, I'll show you from the side, my long lunge, okay? Heel down, line up, toes in the heel. I'm pitched forward. So that's what I want to feel. And I'm going to drive in and back. And in and back. And back. All in my quad. Okay? I'm not standing up on this. I'm just loading into the slant board. Gazing on an angle. I want to stay low. I want that long line for 3, 2. Now, here's what we're going to add on. The knee goes, pulls up and drop. Pull up and drop. Did I lose my line there? 3, 2, woo. I think I'm fatiguing out on this. And 1. All right. So that deserves a definite stretch. Grab onto your chair. And we're going to talk about the Romanian deadlift. Okay. Feet are on. And I want to make sure you can see me, that you see a nice long line where my heels, and I probably can go a little higher on my incline, but I want to see this line here, okay? There's my stretch. Okay, nice big hamstring stretch. Letting my heart rate come down a bit. Now, if I'm going to do a deadlift, I've got to fire up the butt muscles to lift me up, okay? Now, I'm going to kind of keep my legs as straight as I can. I'm going to try to keep reaching my chest over. Use your fingers to come forward, okay? Pull the belly up and in, and then squeeze the booty and lift. This is done with, it's a deadlift, so it's done with weights, right? The weights would kind of counterbalance me here. I'm trying to keep my thighs pushing back as I lift. Okay. Take an inhale, reach the head away from the tail, press into your heels and toes, and lift. Okay. You get a nice hamstring stretch on this, but you're using all your back extensor muscles to bring you up. Super for weak backs. Hinge and lift. Let's do 1 more. Then we're going to do what's called the Jefferson curl. Now, in the Jefferson curl, if this is a Romanian deadlift, right, flat back, the Jefferson curl is a little different. By the way, if you bend your knees right now, just like this, your Achilles tendon's getting a nice stretch on it. Okay, calf, but Achilles, a little bend in the knees. Right. So on the Jefferson curl, they do it with weight. I won't suggest that yet. Put your hands under your chin, and you're just going to roll your head. And you can bend your knees a little bit, but you want to curl your abdominals in, and you're pouring your body over. So think about the head. I don't even need this chair. Coming all the way down. You're lifting up through the abdominals, and you're going to roll up, stacking your body 1 bone at a time. And then come all the way up, okay? So tuck the chin, pull the abs in, feel the stretch, okay? Really suck up in here, lift up the thigh bones, head drops, shoulders drops, and maybe you can get all the way down, okay? Turn your head left and right. There's a great stretch in your hamstrings. I'm gonna try to straighten my legs out a little more. Now, take a breath in, pull up through the inner thighs. I'm not using weight because I don't want to strain anything right now. And I stack up bone by bone. Oh, it actually feels really good. 1 more, okay? Nice and tall, breathe in. Toes are spread wide. You nod the chin to the chest. You pull the abdominals in as the shoulders go over the platform. Arms are going to hang freely. You can get a little stretch of your hamstrings here. And then pull the belly up, spine is rounded, abs are pulled in, and you come all the way up. Now, I didn't throw any squats in. I'm going to throw just a few in and call it a day here, but I want to start with being on the chair. All right, nice and upright. So our ideal squat is not a hinge forward, okay? We're not hinging. We did that in a Roman chair. What we want to do is feel a good angle, belly in, my tailbone's back, my heels are lifted, hands here, and I'm just going to come up a little bit, okay, and then we'll lift up. Now, I'm going to look for that chair. That's how far back I want to push back, and then I'm going to lift up. So start with this, okay? I'm trying to keep upright. I don't want to hinge back. This is a hinge. I want to squat. I want to reach back. So I know the chair's there. I just got off of it. So find it and then push up. Start with those, okay? And maybe you start back little, pulling back, tuck the chin in. Over time, you feel pretty strong in alignment. We're going to do the same thing, okay? I'm squatting back, but the chair's here now. That's going to keep me upright. Okay, I've got pretty good flexibility in my knees. Knees are over the toes. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of gently press down to lift myself up. And I come all the way down, pushing my butt back. Okay, and I lift up. So we can go that full range here. You can always do heels together, toes apart. It can be a wide squat. My heels are down on this, and I'm squeezing inner thighs. Okay, so that's a couple options. I'd like you to do that single leg work. Get each side of your hip strong, then double leg squats, piece of cake. Anyhow, I hope this was helpful for you guys. I'm going to tell you, it was a big muscle group, burns a lot of calories, a lot of mobility, stability, flexibility with this InclineX Slant Board. Make sure you hydrate. Make sure you're feeding your body really good food to help build strong cells and bones, bone cell and muscle, and stay hydrated to keep pushing through any toxins in your body. I love Life Pro, as you guys know, if you don't know me already. I love Life Pro. My clients love that they have the opportunity to try these products and then get them for their own home use. If you have any questions, any concerns, hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, just private message me or contact me at Roseann at livefit.com. We will be back next week with a new product and a new workout. Amber's going to be launching something on Friday. I hope I didn't give anything away. I didn't tell you what it was, but I hope you guys enjoy this workout. Take it in pieces. You don't have to do everything. I gave you about, at least 10 to 12 different things to do. So work a little bit at a time. Remember, practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes you stronger. So thank you so much for joining today, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm off to see the Suns and the Seahawks. Is it Hawks? I don't know. I'm off to watch the basketball game tonight with our Phoenix Suns. So I hope you have a great evening, and I'll see you later. Bye for now.